Welcome back guys to a new video. Now today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff to do with Ark Survival Evolved. Now first of all we're going to be talking about an update that did go live for the PC, which will be on its way to the console very soon, and then we're going to be talking more about the enforcement action that Wildcard are taking with the game currently. Now, I thought this would be a good video to make because I made one before and then there was a lot of people saying in the comment section, yeah, they've done a good job there, but they've missed out a lot. So I want you guys as well to give me some feedback about more on the enforcement action, especially if you play on the PC, but we'll get onto that later on. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, the support has been absolutely amazing, getting closer and closer to that big 100k, only like 2,000 away now, which is amazing. Thank you so much for that, but let's just get in with today's video. So as you can see, there was a new post about a new PC update version 279.282, which is the Primitive Plus update and bug fixes. As you guys know, right at the moment with Ark Survival Evolved, there hasn't been much game content, there hasn't been news on anything in that at the moment, and that is because they are just working on fixing the game. I think I've talked about them fixing the game for the past like month on my channel now, or even longer than that, because that's generally what they're doing. So the bug fixes they have sorted out is, as you can see here, the following fixes we have for you today, which is already on the PC, which should be on its way to the console, is fix for dinos starving when they have access to food, bag size limit increased to 600 slots, and obviously what I covered in my other video, forced one-time mind wipe due to recent balance changes. Now, that all will be coming to the console as always, but they just say whenever the next, you know, big console update is, because with the Xbox and the PS4, they don't tend to bring small patches because it takes so much longer to go through QA and stuff. They can do it with the PC very easily, but they usually just end up releasing all this stuff with a big patch, which hopefully we're planning on getting one soon, because with Ark right now, we don't really have any direction currently where the game is going. Now, I will be talking a little bit about the console after we talk about the enforcement action later on, so if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the console and the updates to do with that, then stick along towards the end of the video. So, Primitive Plus. You guys know Primitive Plus right now is very, very far behind within the game. Not much work's been going on into it, but when I say that, the people behind Primitive Plus are still working very hard, and they're working on other things as well. It's just that, you know, they're quite far behind with it at the moment, and I know there's a lot of people still out there that do play it, so it can be very frustrating not getting a lot of the stuff. But on the PC, Primitive Plus received a major update with a number of fixes, with major base game patches, as well as a full total conversion functionality, including engrams on Aberration and Scorched Earth. The update also includes the TLC 1 and 2, which is great, which has the Rex, the Procoptodon, the Gigantopithecus, Direwolf, Diabetter, RG, Parasaur, Raptor, Sarco, Spino, and Trike, all in one update, which is good stuff there, because I was thinking, knowing Ark, they would usually just update the first one and then the next one comes later on, but it's great to see they've done it all in one. So that was the main things really with the PC update. This will all be coming, as I said, to the console, especially with Primitive Plus, because I do still see a lot of comments on my videos and stuff saying, you know, what's going on with Primitive Plus, because I know there's still a lot of you guys out there that play it. So a big sorry to you if you have been waiting for some content. I know they don't give enough love to Primitive Plus, and I know that's one big problem within the game. Now, the next thing we are going to be talking about is the enforcement action that I was saying at the start of the video. If you don't know what this is, basically, as I said, Wildcard are working on fixing the game at the moment, and they're really knuckling down on hackers, on cheaters, on people that undermap, and everything like that, and they've been doing it a lot for the past few months. They had any enforcement action on the 22nd of May, so 3 days ago from now, and I'm going to be going through all the news. This will be coming to console as well, guys. I warned you last video, and I'm going to carry on warning you in this video. There is going to be enforcement action a lot on the console. It happens so much. They're mainly getting PC sorted out first, because that's what they always do. They always sort out PC updates and whatever the problems are with that. Then they move on to the console, and I'll basically talk to you guys about the news you need to know about that now. So we have completed our PC maintenance for an enforcement action pertaining to violations of our code of conduct. Our services have now resumed as usual. Thank you for your patience and ongoing support. And that was just because their servers were going down, and we will just talk about it a little bit here. So today's action will consist of removal of structures, dinos and items, as well as a global network BattleEye protected and or hardware ID ban for cheaters. Today's enforcement action is focused primarily on aimbotting. We've decided to issue bans where warranted, and continued violations of our code of conduct will result in further wipes/bans. Now, this is the server that was affected by today's enforcement action. It is server PvP official Ragnarok 214. No idea that you guys probably know this a little bit more than me, because I don't play official servers on the PC. And if you do, let me know if this was a big problem or a big tribe. I know there's still so many people in the comments saying this tribe haven't been banned yet, this hasn't been sorted. Apparently aimbotting was a massive thing. I didn't even really know, and you guys on the PC are probably going to be like, I don't know how you don't know, Dom, but that's just because I don't play on official. That aimbotting was a massive thing. When I play official on console, which I haven't done in a while as well anyway, but I've never really known aimbotting was a thing. I think it's more PC using third parties, so I'm glad that's sorted out. But please ensure when playing your game you abide by our code of conduct, and if you would like to make a report, you can do for the PC or contact the support team for consoles, which is on this page. Now, what I wanted to talk about this, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this later, right now in the video. I won't talk about it later because we're going to talk about the console in more depth. Wildcard are really knuckling down now on any cheaters in the game. If you are someone that is cheating or doing something you feel like, duplicating or any problems like that, if you are caught doing it, or even there's been like proof that you've done it in the past, you will get a ban. So if you have done it and you are doing it now and you're watching this video, just stop it all. I know you might be thinking, oh, I'm still going to get away with it, nothing's happening with the console right now, but it will come, guys, and you're probably going to be very, very upset when you lose absolutely everything, all your hard work. Even people that cheat probably do put in a lot of hard work still to get to a nice base, and you'll probably end up maybe even getting a ban completely off Ark Survival Evolved's network, so you'll never be able to play on that account again. So you really do have to be careful, and it's very unfair to other players who work so hard and do it legitly for players out there just to cheat. So I'm just letting you guys know all the enforcement action will be on its way to the console. They're sorting out the PC at the moment, so I really, really recommend if you're on the console doing this stuff, you stop doing it, because it will be on its way very soon. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about now to you guys, I'll put some gameplay in the background or something, I'm not really too sure at the moment, is to talk about the console. Now, with Ark at the moment, there isn't much going on. There's no roadmap, there's nothing that we know what's going on with the game. And this is actually putting off a lot of players from playing. It's put off me a lot recently from playing the game. I still play on my single player that, I play most days still on Ark, and I never get bored of it because it's always fun. But there is those more days at the moment where I don't play it as much, and that is because there's no further movement on what content there is going to be released, and just an idea, a roadmap of what we can see coming out. As you guys know, Sea of Thieves when that game came out, it got very heavily slated for not having enough content. It wasn't fun enough, there wasn't enough to do. So afterwards they knew they had to take action on this, and they released a roadmap of what's to come. Wildcard are very, very hidden with what they do with their, with what they release and what they're working on at the moment, and they don't even let us know anything like, I don't know, a roadmap of maybe we might have S Plus coming out in 2 months' time, we'll have the third DLC coming out in 4 months' time, something like that, just so we know what to look forward to. Now, the reason why I don't feel like Wildcard do this is because I don't feel like they can ever feel like they can stay by their release dates. They say something, they say an ETA, and then it just doesn't happen. And this is what makes me feel like this is why they don't do a roadmap, just because they don't feel like they'll be able to stick by the time they're going to release things. And I'm not going to slate the team and say it's a bad team. I know some of you guys are going to say, I completely disagree with you there. It's a bad team. We need new devs. But maybe the team have worked very hard for the past 3 years on Ark. But maybe bring in more devs like they've done with the modding community with Zen to make the game move faster. Want to get things done constantly, because I know I compare it a lot to other games at Ark, but I've started uploading recently a lot of Sea of Thieves to the channel, and I plan to do other games. And they are working hard on releasing every single week a new update that fixes something or adds something. We got the Hungering Deep for that coming out in the next 4 days, which is a new bit of content. They're constantly working on adding something new. Whereas Ark, it seems to be a game they just leave dry, like nothing else to be said, nothing else to be released. And obviously there's been the TLCs, but that did need to happen, don't get me wrong. But that really wasn't anything massive. It was the same creatures in the game, just, edited. And they definitely, don't get me wrong, I'm so happy that's happened. But they didn't even, it's not like it's a new dino you haven't tried out before. There was new abilities, but still the same dino. And, a lot of people have been commenting in my Ark videos recently, which I completely agree with we need to see new dinos to the game, because I know a lot of people were saying this is going to become it's going to overflow and stuff, but with every map or every DLC they release, we need new, we need that constant, and we need new dinos, because let's say you're playing Fortnite. I know a lot of people don't like Fortnite out there and watch my videos and everything, but when you're playing that, you're always getting something new. You got the jetpack, you got this and that to try out, where with Ark, you have the same dinos to play with constantly, non-stop. The TLC was a nice teaser, something new for us to try out. But apart from that, it just really hasn't been, exciting for the past few months. And I know we want the game to be fixed, but I'm really just not enjoying it as much as I have been recently. Obviously, I'll always cover the news for you guys, but this is definitely been a stage where I've played Ark the less when I ever have in the past. And that's pretty upsetting, because it's always been my favourite game, and it's what started my channel up. But I really just don't have the motivation to play it right now. I mean, if you're on an official server, which I know a lot of you guys are, you may be on that constant steady ride of keeping your tribe strong, constantly fighting every day, have to go onto it. But when you don't play on an official server, you might have a dedicated server which you play with friends. But if your friends aren't online and, you're playing on your own and you've done as much as you really can do, it does get to a point where you don't really know what else to do until, unless you're waiting on someone or anything like that, really. And, I mean, some of you may agree with that, some of you may not, but that's currently the state I am in at the moment. I just really want Wildcard to give us, like, a roadmap of what we can expect coming up. But that's it really from what I'm talking about today, guys. There's nothing else I really want to say. I just wanted to cover what's going on with the console at the moment. We haven't really got news on where an update is coming or anything like that at the moment. They say there's the next major console patch going to be coming sometime soon, but we have no idea what's coming with that. Most likely just bug fixes. But anyway, we'll see what happens in the future. If you guys did enjoy today's video, as always, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. But that's going to be the end of the video here. I'll see you guys later.